Hello everyone, my name is Jeffrey Anderson. Welcome back to the Sports Porch. Hope you're all having a great day. Today we're going to be talking about NFL Week 13. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Also, as another thing you might notice down below in the video, the video bar I guess you would call it. I think there should be some video chapters there now for this video so you can skip around to see whatever game predictions that you'd like to see. So let's go ahead and start off with one of my games of the week, why don't we? The Cleveland Browns going to play the Tennessee Titans. Now, these teams are very similar, both very run-heavy, play-action focused teams, with both having considered some of the best running backs in the league. You've got Derrick Henry, who's really put together some stellar performances this year, as he always does. And then on the other side of the ball, you've got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt in that backfield for Cleveland. Now, overall, I think the Titans' offense is a little bit better. I think they've got just the slight edge at the quarterback position. I think Tannehill at this point is a little better than Baker is. But I think the Browns' defense is a little better than the Titans' defense. They've got Myles Garrett there, and so that should at least make this somewhat of a close affair. And that's why I have this as a game of the week. Should be a really close one. Should be a ground and pound type of game. Really fun to watch. However, the edge has to go to the Titans here because they've had some really impressive performances in the past couple of weeks and because of the fact that they have that home field advantage. So I'm going to take the Titans to win this game by a field goal. So along with some great games to watch this week, we've got a lot of good, exciting matchups. There are also some really not great games to watch this week. One of these being the Raiders going to play the Jets. I think that this should be a pretty easy game for the Raiders to win. The only reason why I could see them potentially having troubles with the Jets is because they had that really bad performance last week against Atlanta, and because of the fact that they're traveling so far. They have to travel all the way to New York to play this game, but otherwise they should be able to take care of business here. So I have the Raiders winning by 10. Not much else to say here. Then we get another easy game to call. Jaguars going to play the Vikings. This should be another fairly easy matchup for them. Vikings should win. However, I think the Jaguars will at least maybe make them play well this game. They've been playing well enough this year for what they are. They've been coached decently well by Doug Marrone. He hasn't been terrible, although I wouldn't be surprised if they moved on from him after this year. However, I think that the Vikings will still take this game. It's a pretty easy one for them. Just the talent disparity between the two teams is enough for me to call this game for the Vikings by 14 points. Another easy game comes after this. We have the Bengals going to play the Dolphins. The Bengals are one of the worst teams in the NFL without their star quarterback, Joe Burrow. This was proven in their game last week. They got absolutely thumped. I see this as a really great opportunity for a guy like Tua, if he's able to come back for this game, to really gain some confidence throwing the ball down the field. Up to this point, he's sort of been more or less a game manager, and I think that this is a great game for him to really get some throws down the field, start feeling comfortable in this offense. Even if Tua has troubles coming back, or if Ryan Fitzpatrick is on the field for the Dolphins, I think they're still going to win this game by 10 points. So now we start to get into a decent game, another one of my games of the week. We have the Colts going to play the Texans. And once again, the Colts, another game of the week for me, another matchup I'm excited for. They've had a really tough schedule, I think, this year, as is kind of seen by how many games of the week I've given them. The main reason why this is a game of the week is because of the QB on the other side of the field, opposite of Indy. Deshaun Watson, he's playing just about as good as anyone right now in the NFL. He's really elevating this Houston team past where they should be, honestly. However, you can't look at this matchup and say that the Colts don't have the better team, because they simply do. Especially with the likes of DeForest Buckner coming back this week. This should really help them to actually put up a decent performance against this team. And it also doesn't help that the Texans have David Johnson at running back. Is he even the running back anymore? I'm not 100% sure, but the running game isn't very good, and that's what killed the Colts last week, so this should be a pretty close game. And the only reason I'm saying that is because of Deshaun Watson and because of the Texans having home field advantage. That's the only reason this will be anywhere near a game of the week for me. So I'm going to take the Colts to win this game by 3 points. Next up, another stinker of a game. We have the Lions going to play the Bears. This is an NFC North stink fest. It's going to be a very tough game for anyone to watch. The edge, I think, should go to the Bears, just because of that defense mainly, and because they're playing at Soldier Field. Even with how bad their offense is, oh man. And this is mainly due to the fact of how well the Falcons have been playing as of late, and because of the fact that if he is still out for the Saints, this will make it somewhat close. In any of these games, the Falcons last week beat the Raiders. He is just pretty convincing. As a Packers fan, it made me really glad, shock, honestly, to see how well they're giving us some nice ducks to catch. But anyway, that's beside the point. I have the Bears winning this game by a touchdown. Then the Saints go to play the Falcons in a NFC South divisional matchup. This should be a pretty good game. I don't have it marked as one of my games of the week, but definitely circle this. Keep your eye on it. It'll be interesting to watch for sure. However, the Saints defense has really come alive in the past, 3 or so games. They've really stepped up to that best team in the NFC slot. It's really between them, the Seahawks, and the Packers right now. So it's still going to be a close game, but it's not necessarily a game of the week for me, just because of the fact that I think the Saints are going to control this game. I don't think they'll ever really lose the lead here, but it'll be interesting at the very least. So I'm going to take the Saints to win this game by a touchdown. Seattle then has an easy matchup at home against the Giants. This should be a pretty easy game for them, but not necessarily a pushover. This is kind of a trap game for them, I would say. Giants have been playing very well this year. Their defense has been surprisingly really good for the talent that they have. And it's looking like Joe Judge was the right hire. He has been absolutely great since he got here. However, they are traveling, I don't know how many miles to get to Seattle for this game. They have to go cross country. Unlikely that Daniel Jones will play, so the Seahawks have to be favored in this game by 10 points. This is a really good game. The Rams going to play the Cardinals. This is a game of the week for sure. Any NFC West matchup at this point, pretty much guaranteed game of the week from me. Everyone in this division is so fun to watch, so well coached, besides maybe the Cardinals at times. But overall, most of the coaches here are pretty good. The talent is pretty good. And everyone plays each other super hard. And they all play really close games against each other. This actually reminds me a lot of both of these teams' games that they experienced last week. So the Rams played the 49ers last week. And going into that game, it was pretty clear that they were the more talented team. But that the 49ers were much better coached. And the better coached team ended up winning that game. Same thing happened with Arizona. They went to New England, played against Bill Belichick, who is probably the best coach in the NFL right now still. And so this week, you've got an Arizona Cardinals team who is, I think, more talented, especially on the offensive side of the ball, than the Rams. But the Rams, I think, have Sean McVay, who is a top 5 coach in the league, whereas Cliff Kingsbury is probably in like that, I would say like 10 to 15 mark, closer to like 12 or 13, just off the top of my head. Anywho, this will be a really entertaining game, really exciting to watch. And we get to see Jalen Ramsey go against DeAndre Hopkins. That's always going to be a fun matchup to watch. Still, I'm going to take the Cardinals to win this game by a field goal. After this, one of my more surprising games of the week probably, but I was looking at this and I was like, this is going to be a really fun matchup to watch. And that is the Patriots going to play the Chargers. Now, at first glance, it looks like the Chargers or the Patriots or whoever would take this game pretty easily, but this is a great matchup. The Patriots, even with their lack of talent, can still beat just about anyone with Bill Belichick's coaching. That was proven last week against Arizona in what was really just a masterpiece from Bill Belichick. The Chargers in this game, no doubt, have the better talent. You've got that offense of Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler's back. and Keenan Allen as well on the outside, along with Mike Williams. And that is a pretty good offense, but Bill Belichick has shown that he confuses the crap out of young quarterbacks. We saw that last week with Kyler Murray. He didn't have a very good day, and we'll probably see the same thing again with Justin Herbert in this game. That's why I am giving the Patriots the win here by a field goal. My Packers will then play the Philadelphia Eagles in what will be an easy affair for them at home. Seattle really dominated the game they played last Monday. The final score didn't really reflect that, but the entire time, Seattle really controlled the Eagles, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I would say the main storyline from this game is that no matter what the Eagles intend to do with Carson Wentz, they need to at least give Jalen Hurts one start this year. I'm not sure where exactly that should come from, but I think this is the time to do it, honestly. Maybe even they get down really big in this game, and there's no hope of it coming back. You throw Jalen Hurts in there, let him go do a couple series, maybe go out for an entire quarter. It's Jalen Hurts time. That's basically what I'm saying. Carson Wentz has played bad enough to this point where he can get benched. Let's see what Jalen Hurts has. Otherwise, I'm going to take the Packers to win this game by 10 points. Sunday night, we get the Broncos going to play at Kansas City, the best team in the NFL. And as you could probably guess from my language there, I have the Chiefs winning this game. They're the best team in the NFL. The Broncos have been really spotty this year. Drew Lock has been really spotty this year. And the Chiefs are at home. Not much else to say about this. Chiefs by 14. The first of two Monday games, we have the Washington football team going to play the Steelers. And barring the Steelers play down to their competition like they are known to do, like they did last week, this should be a win for them. Washington's got a decent defense, pretty young defense, and their offense is okay with Alex Smith at quarterback. They still need a little bit of help, obviously, but Antonio Gibson and Terry McLaurin are pretty good for them. However, the Steelers are at Heinz Field in this one, so this should be the deciding factor, and I think that they should be able to take care of business here. I'm going to have them winning this game by 10 points. The night game on Monday is the Buffalo Bills going to play the San Francisco 49ers. I thought about putting this one as one of my games of the week, but I couldn't quite do it because Jimmy G is out, so I think that the Bills have a little bit of an easier time here. Kyle Shanahan, I think this year has proved himself to be the second best coach, at least in the NFL. He's had nothing to work with, and somehow they are 5-6 in this NFC West that has the Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals in it. The Bills do have the better offense, but this is certainly a trap game for them. They're traveling across the country, they're playing a really well-coached team, and it's Kyle Shanahan. What else can I say, honestly? So I do expect the Bills to win this game, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they lose this game, if that makes any kind of sense to you. For that reason, I'm going to have them winning this game by only a touchdown. We get a Tuesday matchup this week as our last game. The Cowboys are going to go to Baltimore to play the Ravens. This should be a pretty easy win for them. One thing I'll give the Ravens credit for, I've been a little bit harder on them this season, but they always find a way to beat up on cupcake teams, and I don't think this is going to be any different. Plus, they're at home. Should be a pretty good look for them. I'm going to give them this game by 10 points. So there you have it. Those are my Week 13 predictions. Let me know what you guys thought of them in the comments below. Who are some picks that you have winning? Do any of yours differ from mine? Let me know what you think. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to the channel so you never miss another NFL upload. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.